friends, it's Katie Steinberg here, and I am once again bringing you this week's message from Missing Piece. This past week we had Sunday Soul Brunch, which is our quarterly brunch that we throw at Orman Brewing Company, and we partner with a charitable group and raise some funds and collect some things for them in the process. And great food and great music are always an essential ingredient to the event. And it was great. I think it was probably our biggest one yet. We were able to raise $1,550 for United for Puerto Rico, as well as collecting several boxes of supplies and things that we'll be sending down there in the next couple of days. Before I share the message with you, I just want to remind you that this week coming up, we're going to be at Family Renew in Holly Hill, and we will be painting there, and as well as taking care of some other little projects that they have for us. So it's our opportunity to connect with the community. Everybody's welcome. You don't need to have any special invitation or anything else. Just come prepared to work. But without further ado, here is this week's message from Missing Piece. I started this week's message with a welcome, of course, to our Sunday Soul Brunch, but also to introduce myself, which I think would be applicable here in this virtual space as well. So, I'm Katie Steinberg, and I'm the founder of Missing Piece, which is the host of Sunday Soul Brunch. Missing Piece is a nomadic community that believes in connecting with the divine and each other through physical activities, intellectual engagements, spiritual practices, and serving opportunities. And we're glad that you're journeying with us today. If you want to know more, you can follow us here on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, or pull out that cell phone and text PEACE to 33222. On Sunday, we took a moment to find our breath, so I want to invite you to do that now too. Just take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for this beautiful day and the food that you will surely get to eat today, the people that you will connect with today. Just a deep breath of gratitude. The idea behind the quarterly event called Sunday Soul Brunch is to create space set apart from the rest of our busy lives where we can connect with each other over good food and drink and amazing music and nourish more than our physical bodies. But by joining together for a good cause, nourish our souls too. It helps us to find space to be part of something helpful and good in the world. I don't think it's a far leap for any of us to acknowledge that we need a bit more hope and good in the world. If you've seen any of the coverage coming out of Puerto Rico, you know how devastated this beautiful U.S. island has been. According to an article from last Tuesday's New York Times, more than 80% of the island's electric grid is not functioning. 28% of Puerto Rican residents lack running water, and 72% of those that have it are on boil water alert. 20 out of 51 sewage treatment plants are not functioning. About half of hospitals have no electricity. At least 48 deaths are attributed to hurricane devastation, but some speculate the number is higher. With this level of devastation, especially piled on top of other disasters, natural and unnatural alike, despair, hopelessness, and a certain kind of paralysis can worm its way in. And we're just soul tired. I can't possibly do anything that would actually change the situation. I'm useless against this much trauma. Helpless. Hopeless. Some of our regular Missing Piecers have heard me quote Margaret Mead's, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." We aren't hopeless or helpless. And the amazing show of support at Sunday Soul Brunch and here online is proof that we haven't given up. Yes, the burden of so much tragedy is too much for any one of us to bear. I can't bear it for you, and you can't for me. But together, are we not stronger together? So here we are. You tuned in. You took a step. You became part of a solution. And by doing so, you are adding the only ingredient that has ever overcome despair: hope. The toiletries we collected and the funds we raised won't fix Puerto Rico's electrical grid or sewage plants or hospitals. But each item and each donation contains that essential ingredient: hope. So take a moment to breathe that in, to feel good that you're actually doing something about the vast problems of the world. Breathe it in. But don't stop there. Next week, and at least once per month, Missing Piece offers all ages and abilities 1-hour community service projects. We've built puppy playpens at Halifax Humane Society. We've painted bedrooms at Halifax Urban Ministries. We've prepared school kits for refugee kids. And next Sunday at 10:30, we'll be painting the Family Renew Center at Holly Hill. We offer this option to continue doing good for our community and being part of creating hope. But whether you make it to that or not, this is your invitation to find a way to spread hope and goodness and to continue being part of the solution. Amen. If you feel compelled to continue to help with the relief efforts in Puerto Rico, I urge you to look at United for Puerto Rico. You can just Google them and their site will come up. It's a great initiative that's doing real hands-on, on-the-ground work, and they're accepting all kinds of donations, and they have drop-off points for goods that they need down there in many different locations. So I encourage you to connect in that way. And of course, as always, you're invited to connect through Missing Piece. You're welcome anytime on a Sunday to come join us or to tune in here online and continue being part of something good and hopeful and peaceful. Grace and peace, my friends.